Hey man, what is up? What is up? What's up? It is K and this is Jim's RI. If you do like this video, if you stay to the end, if you stay to the end, please like, share, and subscribe. That's what I meant to say. But man, I decided to do this video because I wanted to see if YouTube actually had a video like this. So we about to check this video out. So while I'm gonna let this play, I'm gonna be doing my thing. So this is called, the title is "Want to Buy a Townhome?" question mark. And then you got 10 towns you can buy in America. So these are 10 towns you can actually buy in America. And I want to see how much it is. All right, let's get it. Because I'm feeling good today, y'all. I really am. That tumor removal work. It work. It work. All right, let me stop playing. And let me go get my charger. All right, so yeah. Wait for this commercial.
What is going on, everyone? Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wanted to own some land? Have you ever wanted to be the mayor of a town? Are you tired of following the rules and dancing for the man? Want to make your own rules and be the man? Well, if you said yes to all of those, this list is for you. There are towns in the United States that are for sale. I'm not kidding. You can buy an entire town. Some are abandoned, some not, but they're still for sale. It does sound weird that a town might be for sale, and I get it, but people actually bought towns when they went up for sale. The actress Kim Basinger, at the time I think she was married to Alec Baldwin, bought a small town in Georgia not far from Atlanta in 1989. And just recently, in 2018, the small town of Tiller, Oregon was sold for under $4 million. The entire town, school, general store, all the property was sold. So this kind of thing does happen. Those two may be off the market, but there's plenty still for sale. Let's take a look. South Dakota. There's only one home standing on this 6-acre town on the southern border of South Dakota, and it's also said to be haunted. Sweat was founded in 1931 by a farmer whose last name was Sweat. No ego there. The dude's just out naming towns after himself. Kind of weird, but okay. Person over the years. And in 1998, a man named Lance Benson acquired the town. Benson later got a divorce, and part of the divorce agreement, he signed over the town to his ex-wife. In 2012, he reacquired the town, and in 2000...
His ex-wife got a whole town, man. Damn, you got that much power. Damn, son. Oh, shit. Boy, that's power right there. Dang.
2014, he offered it for sale for the sum of about $400,000. The town sale became international news. I guess anytime you're going to sell a town, people want to know about it. In October 2015, the bank that was actually holding the mortgage foreclosed on the town, and the property was lost by Mr. Benson to the bank. Anyway, they offered it up at a reduced price of $250,000 in 2015.
200?
Nothing to do here except drink. Luckily,
Hold up. $250,000 for a town. And you got rappers and actors and actresses making money, making tens of millions of dollars. And they buying what? 200. Black Lives Matter did what? 250. You did what? All right, let's go.
The only business in town is a bar. Currently, the town has 10 residents listed, and I guess there are nearby farms, but they're actually not living in, if you could call it, downtown sweat. Number 9, Bear, Nevada. Bear is off on a lonely stretch of Highway 95 surrounded by mountains and endless miles of Nevada desert. The town isn't far from the California-Arizona border, which is how it got its name. Nancy Kidwell is the owner, she's the mayor, the police chief, and she wants to sell the place. Nancy and her husband Slim bought the property in the 1960s. And if you can give her $8 million...
Nancy Mayer is the judge, the jury, and the prosecutor. Boy, what? Oh, what they say? She's the sheriff and everything, so she gonna lock your ass up. Hold on.
News. I guess anytime you're going to sell a town, people want to know about it. In October 2015, the bank that was actually holding the mortgage foreclosed on the town, and the property was lost by Mr. Benson to the bank. Anyway, they offered it up at a reduced price of $250,000
You
in
cannot,
2015.
boy. I
There's
need to
nothing
hear
do
that
here
again.
except
I must
drink.
need to hear that
Luckily, the
again.
only business in town is a bar. Currently, the town has 10 residents listed, and I guess there are nearby farms, but they're actually not living in, if you could call it, downtown sweat. Number 9, Calabar, Nevada. Calabar is off on a lonely stretch of Highway 95 surrounded by mountains and endless miles of Nevada desert. The town isn't far from the California-Arizona border, which is how it got its name. Nancy Kidwell is the owner, she's the mayor, the police chief, and she wants to sell the place. Nancy and her husband Slim bought the property in the 1960s. And you can get regularly owners in town with its casino, general store, airstrip, and 250-ish residents are now your problem. Strange little note about Nancy, she and her husband Slim sold airplanes at the Torrance Airport a couple miles from where I grew up. This is back before I was born. Elvis Presley filmed a scene of one of his movies in their sales office at the Torrance Airport, which, again, not too far from where I grew up. Slim was 30 years older than Nancy, and he passed away in 1983. Nancy did the only reasonable thing a grieving widow would do. She married his son a couple years later. Anyway, Nancy knew.
Oh, the son. I hope the son ain't die. I hope the son ain't die. Hold on.
How to keep it in the family. Sadly, they hadn't even got to the 7-year itch part before Slim Jr. passed away after 4
Hey, that bitch sniped them all off. She was like, pew, pew. You gotta go. I want this. You gotta go. I want it. Ah, God, no. Man, no.
That's getting Nancy. I'm just kidding. Number 8. In 1802 on the Salmon River, about you have Johnsonville. Nothing really went on here for like 30 years. Then in 1932, the Neptune Mill was constructed beside a dam just north of the Salmon River Cove. And that's about all that happened until about 1965 when Raymond Schmidt, the controversial owner of AGC Corporation, and it was an aerospace manufacturer, bought the Neptune Mill from the Johnson family. He also purchased other vintage buildings and had them moved to Johnsonville, including a Victorian stable and chapel which hosted weddings. So it was kind of like this rural tourist thing. But by the mid-1990s, the town was pretty much abandoned. The village went up for sale at an online auction on October 28th, 2014. The winning bid was $1.9 million on October 30th, 2014. Now here's the...
Hold up. Y'all heard that, right? Hold on. I'm going to try not to take it back too far. Hold on. That boy say, what to me? Boy, what you say?
28th, 2014.
In my Jamaican accent.
The bid was $1.9 million on October 30th, 2014. Now, here's the thing. That was just 2 days later. That deal fell through. Okay, so the village went up for sale
1.4.
again on online auction. And on July 7th, 2017, the Philippine-based independent Christian organization Iglesia de Cristo bought the village for $1.85 million. Now, we'll talk about them on this list.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to that. Everybody got a right to do anything they want to in America, right? No matter what race, what culture you come from. But I'm talking to, especially to my black people. Do you hear what race that was? It wasn't black. It was not black. We're not in the competition. We ain't even in the building. We ain't even got the lights on. We ain't even started a foundation. So I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. He said Filipino. You got Chinese people buying up America every day. And the more y'all spend y'all money with these weaves and getting your nails done, you know what I'm saying? And eating that Chinese food. I was just trying to order me some Chinese food today, and they ain't even answer. I'm a little salty, but I'm all right, though. But, yeah, man. Y'all got to realize what's going on here. This shit real. So, Why you think this is a game? This shit is real. Let me get $99 million. Black Lives Matter. You think I'm gonna go buy my mother? See, that's what the white people wanted to say to you. They wanted to say, how you gonna sit here and scream Black Lives Matter and do all this ranting and chanting and shit? How you gonna sit here and scream that when you go buy a mansion out there, right? And you got towns for less than what the fuck you paid for, man? Come on, man. Really? That's how we doing it? That's how we doing it for real? Why y'all didn't get, when y'all seen all that money coming in, why y'all didn't get an accountant? Trust in your community. Give somebody who don't have a job right now a fucking job. I'm a lesbian, but I wouldn't have thought about no shit like that. I would have made sure I bought my time. So all these people saying, oh, they cater more. No. Not all of us are like that. I don't care about that community. Cause I'm not a part of no gay trend. Like I'm Kier. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I am. I ain't got nothing to do with them. I'm speaking from the heart because I see that, man, we generate so much creativity within ourselves. And we put that all out here to the world, and everybody take a little bite of us. They be like, what the fuck you biting me for? And that's what they doing. Stop letting them bite you. Stop letting them bite you. Get with it. Bite back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. I don't care. Oh, man. My favorite thing. Let me find the racist. Ooh. I'm gonna get on your nerves. I'm gonna make sure I'm all up in your face. How you doing? I'm gonna smile and laugh. And every time you get mad, you gonna give me some more energy to joke on your ass. Oh boy, it's gonna make me laugh even more. You know why? You know why? Cause you mad and I'm not. What you mad for, man? What is you mad for? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we got to get to, black people. Stop focusing on the mansions. Stop focusing on the cars. Stop focusing on the jury. Let's get to this. That's real boss shit right there, man. Yup, this my whole town right here. And we so creative. Black people are so fucking creative. We can do anything. We can put anything in that little town. Put anything in that little town. And we like, what? Look at this. Hey man, if you gotta come all the way out here to get it, it's only in this town. And people gonna come to you. Stop thinking so small. You ain't even got a motherfucking rent no space. If you want that building right there, that's what you want to do, you can do it. Come on, people. Oh, the government want to come put something in there. I don't know about that. You still getting paid for it because that's your property. That's your land. All right, let's keep it going. My bad. I was talking for the one person that's in here. Sorry. I guess YouTube ain't appreciate it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's get started with this video.
Number 7, Henry River Mill Village, North Carolina. If this North Carolina town looks familiar, it's because this abandoned community served as the location for Katniss Evergreen's home in the movie The Hunger Games. Actually, I think it was in all of them. Anyway, it started started out as a town, not a movie set, in 1904 when they laid out the mill and the village on a 1,500-acre plot of land. It was chosen for its hydropower potential. It's right next to the river, so it's kind of a no-brainer. The mill was incorporated as the Henry River Manufacturing Company in 1905. In 1912, the Steel Truss Bridge was built across the Henry River, which helped the community grow. When it was completed, it was supposedly the highest bridge in the state of North Carolina. During a 1916 flood, it was like the only bridge that wasn't washed away. In 1960, a new concrete bridge replaced the Steel Truss Bridge, and the rest is history. In 1977, though, the mill burned down. Lighting was the suspected cause. If you want to purchase this little piece of the Hunger Games, it'll set you back up $1.4 million.
That boy said, you want a piece of that little Hunger Games? And he said $1.4 million. Come on, man. Hey, every time I hear a price, I'm laughing at Black Lives Matter, like the leaders. Like, y'all really thought, like, just saying something, like, okay, maybe they didn't expect it to get that big, but if it did, you know, your mind got to be bigger. If you gonna lead the people, your mind got to be bigger, way bigger than some matches and some fly clothes and some cars, jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want some change in your community, you really want these people to, you know, like America to start caring about us, get some dignity about you. Boss the fuck up. Boss up. You better know it. Give me $90 million. Every last one of them towns would have been bought. And we would start trade schools in those communities. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start with the kids first. That is our future. If you really think about it, that's the future. Make sure they get their education. Those who choose to carry, go get them their license. Like, this is the things that judges should have been doing. Like, helping them understand what it means to get a gun license. So you don't have to be up in there preaching that instead of slinging these motherfuckers and being unprotected, you know. And also gun safety. If you're gonna make sure that you know the legal age for them to get the gun. It's different in every state. But come on, y'all know this. Y'all know the legal genre. And that could have helped us. I'm getting on everybody. It's not just the rappers that I'm getting on. It's not just the movie celebrities and, you know, and the sports guys. It's everybody that's been on TV who's really just had a great life and said, I ain't worried about y'all niggas. That nigga ain't make me. What? If it wasn't for us paying attention to you, you wouldn't be where you at. You'd probably be like a Tierra Marie or you pay attention to you 1 minute and then you on the next. Or like I don't know, any fell off artist. One hit wonder. Or no hits. Take your pick. To them niggas who been rapping and trying to do shit for so many years, 20 years old doing that shit.
That's the 72-acre town's current asking price. Number 6, Toomsboro, Georgia.
Toomsboro, Georgia.
Sketchy sounding name. Toomsboro is a little town in Georgia, and most of the properties of Toomsboro are owned by a developer named David Baumgartner. He bought some of the properties at auction around 2002. Baumgartner intended to turn Toomsboro into a nice little, place for retired tourists to head, nice little quiet town. Things didn't work out as planned. They rarely do. In April 2012, Bumgarner announced that he was seeking a buyer for the properties. Kind of floated the idea that this would be a great place for a movie production company to set up shop and use it as a film set. Apparently, he thinks it's better looking than it is. In September of 2018, 36 pieces of property, it's over 40 acres, went up for sale. The asking price was $1.7 million.
Come on, man. 1.7 million. Ugh. Like, every time I hear a price, that shit make me mad, man. Like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all.
To the place. I don't know why they're asking $1.7 million. Anyway, whoever buys it, they want them to be preservation-minded, someone who appreciates history. So they're trying to sell the land, and they're also putting stipulations on it, like total control freaks. Anyway, it is estimated that around 450 people still live here. Number 5, Scenic, South Dakota. Named for its location in the center of the Badlands National Park, Scenic fell on pretty hard times around the 1960s or 70s before it was finally put up for sale. In July of 2000,
that Tombstone, Georgia, remind me of this movie I just watched. What it was called on Netflix? It was called 432. It was like 400 and something. That was the population of how many people was in there, and if you didn't respect, and if a new person came into town, they would kill one. They would sacrifice one of the current residents. That's crazy. Like, that was crazy. Like, why would you do that? But yeah, that was a movie I watched on Netflix.
2012, Bumgarner announced that he was seeking a buyer for the properties. Kind of floated the idea that this would be a great place for a movie production company to set up shop and use it as a film set. Apparently, he thinks it's better looking than it is. In September of 2018, 36 pieces of property, it's over 40 acres, went up for sale. The asking price was $1.7 million. I've looked at the place. I don't know why they're asking $1.7 million. Anyway, whoever buys it, they want them to be preservation-minded, someone who appreciates history. So they're trying to sell the land, and they're also putting stipulations on it, like total control freaks. Anyway, it is estimated that around 450 people still live here. Number 5, Scenic, South Dakota. Named for its location in the center of the Badlands National Park, Scenic fell on pretty hard times around the 1960s or 70s before it was finally put up for sale. In July of 2011, the 12-acre town and the surrounding area, about 46 acres in total, were listed for sale for almost $800,000. The 12-acre town still looks like the Old West type thing. You're expecting someone to have a gunfight in the middle of the street. It comes complete with the old-style saloon, dance hall, and cowboy barracks. In August 2011, that church from the Philippines that bought that other property, well, they bought this one for nearly $800,000. At least that's what the county records show. The church never said what they bought the land for, what they planned on doing. In 2014, Daniel Simmons Ritchie of the Rapid City Journal wrote that the church has done little with the town since its purchase. Following year, they start having services in the town, and, I watched some videos, and the townspeople were not happy about it. Not like there's a whole bunch of townspeople there, but the ones they talked to they weren't into it. Anyway, the word cult kept popping up when I went down that rabbit hole of reading about this place. I don't know much about them, but that seemed to be the theme of most things I read about this church. Number 4, Milliken, Oregon. Named after its founder, George Milliken, who was a cattle rancher, miner, and international playboy. Just kidding. He's just a pioneer that came from New York around 1860 sometime. I don't even think he ever left the United States. Anyway, the town has 74 acres of property, a post office, a gas station, and an old store. Really not a lot going on here, but it was established around the late 1880s. Milliken housed 60 residents at its...
Why would you put... Okay, the post office makes sense. A milk house makes sense. And yeah, a gas station. I know the first thing I'm gonna put in my town. I ain't gonna tell y'all. It's gonna be very unique. And I can how you can visualize something. I can see so many people just come in there and getting that assistance. Well, I can see it. I can see that shit.
Peak in the early 1900s. Most of them took off after World War I. Since then, it's had an on and off population of 1. It's like some dude keeps leaving and coming back, like he can't make up his mind. Like maybe he wants to live in Portland, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wants to live in Bend, maybe he doesn't. He's coming back to be by himself, apparently. It went up for sale a decade ago, but it didn't sell. It was relisted in July of last year for $1.5 million.
1.5.
Earn your
That's
degree in
good,
less than
bro.
12 months for under $11,000.
So-
University of Phoenix's
I just look at this shit like,
Number
man.
3, Woodside, Utah. Woodside, Utah is a little speck of nothing in the Utah desert, and it's for sale. Woodside was a train stop for a while with an underwhelming geyser. Woodside peaked around 1910 when they had 328
Hey, look,
people
this
living
town
there.
looks
Sometime
dry.
around 1911, somebody said, "Why the hell are we all living here? We need to leave because this place sucks. We are so far away from everything, nobody comes to visit us, and we have a geyser with performance anxiety." By 1920, its railroad station and livestock shipping facility were moved to another town, and that was pretty much it for the town. And that was like the
They
death
got
sentence for the
llamas
town.
and
A decade
everything
later,
there. You
the
can make some money
population
out
dropped to
those.
30 people. The empty town went up for sale in 2012, but no serious buyers wanted to pay the asking price, which means if you got a little coin in the bank, you could still get this gem in the Utah desert for $3.9 million.
That's the most
you heard me right.
expensive
There's
one.
nothing here.
That's the most expensive one. For $3.9 million. I wonder why that is. I'm gonna think about that one because I ain't even thinking about why it is. I'm thinking about really what I'm thinking about is how could I make money off of that town? And I had to think about that one. I had an idea for, wetlands. If I got some property on some wetlands, but I gotta think about that one. Hold on. Let me expand my mind some more.
Not that big, and they won $3.9 million. Number 2, Gary Owen, Montana. Gary Owen is a steal. I don't care who tells you anything different, it's a steal, and I'll tell you why. It's got a population of 2, so not that many people to evict, and it's historic. Gary Owen is a private town in Bighorn, Montana, and it's located on the southernmost
It's
edge
cold
where
out there,
City
too.
Bulls campsite was prior to the Battle of Bighorn, and the opening gunshots of the battle were fired just a few hundred yards from where all of Gary Owen's structures stand today. So it happened right there. It was not like this one little confined area, but the monument's right down the road too, so that's kind of cool. You could own this little bit of history on the same land where Colonel George Armstrong Custer choked his last stand against the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes. Gary Owen, Montana can be yours. I might do it. And number 1,
I
Hell,
missed how
Michigan.
much
Hell,
that
Michigan
was.
is a real place. Hell is an unincorporated community in Living Heights. Gary Owen, Montana can be yours. I might do it.
Yeah, they skipped that
Number 1,
one.
Montana. Gary Owen is a steal. I don't care who tells you anything different. It's a deal, and I'll tell you why. It's got a
This-
population
you
of
notice
2,
that?
so
They
not that
skipped
many
that
people
price.
to evict. And it's historic. Gary Owen is a private town in Bighorn County, Montana, and it's located on the southernmost edge where Sitting Bull's campsite was prior to the Battle of Little Bighorn. And the opening gunshots of the battle were fired just a few hundred yards from where all of Gary Owen's structures stand today. So it happened right there. It was not like this one little confined area, but the monument's right down the road too, so that's kind of cool. You could own this little bit of history on the same land where Colonel George Armstrong Custer choked his last stand against the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes. Gary Owen, Montana can be yours. I might do it.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And number
Let's
1,
get that bitch.
Hell, Michigan. Hell, Michigan is a real place. Hell is an unincorporated community in Livingston County, Michigan. That's weird. It's in Michigan. I always thought Hell was using the restroom after my cousin's ex-wife. Hell, Michigan has a lake, hiking trails, you can be the mayor for a day, and they have an annual Blessing of the Bikes event. All this heavenly goodness can be yours for just $900,000. Now, I'm not sure the particulars on this one, because back in 2006,
I was close. They went up. They went up. Okay. Telling you, I got some baby. I've been telling my community, I've been making plans for us. When I tell you, man, I've been making plans for us melatonin people, and the unmelatones. To that, I want to say, if you want to support, you're more than welcome to support. But my main focus is making sure that majority of Black people make it into, to a stage in life where they're not in a mental hell. Smile more about things, no matter what you're going through, and just keep going. Like that's basically what I want to make sure that every melatonin person knows. And when you think about, I've thought about committing suicide before. I've thought about doing a lot of things. I don't want to discuss everything, but there's a lot of things I thought about doing. And one thing I can't say, if you have negative, if you're thinking about anything negative that's going on in your mind, like, oh man, like, how I'm gonna pay this, or and you don't have faith, you rely on you instead of like you trying to figure out, instead of just keep going. If you do that, then you're gonna actually see a repeated cycle of those. It's the same thing happening, but in different situations. It's because you didn't have faith. Like, one thing I learned throughout everything, and I really wasn't doing too good before I just said, okay, God, you take the wheel. I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to keep pushing. But you lead me in the directions I need to go to. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to object to anything. If it happens, it just happens. We got too much emotion. Too much emotion in what we do. Y'all need to fall back from that emotion and think logically about what you guys are doing in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand there's people out here watching you, and every moment they can criticize you or bring you down, they will. So think logically about everything you do. We getting better on, we getting better on y'all tell them the police, believe it or not, if y'all say no snitching and y'all pull out a camcorder and record the police, trust me, nigga, you snitching. So, y'all getting better with that and understanding what's right and what's wrong. Now we gotta implement that in our own home. You know what I'm saying? I was watching a video. Nah, never mind. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let me go ahead. I want to show y'all artwork, piece of artwork. All right, so this is my latest piece I did. I love this one right here, man. I freaking love it. It's I got lime green, purple, you know what I'm saying, some maroon in there, some fire for your fire. If you like this, hit me up, let me know. You know what I'm saying? I did do this one, I call this one money eruption. Like, that's what I'm calling for in my life, Let me get an eruption of money in me. Yes, yes, sir. Let me get an eruption of money for my community. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So my whole point of making this video is to get to this point right here. Like, that's for my whole community. I want y'all to get to that point right there. Like, that's what you want to focus on. You don't want to focus on who said what, who did what. Let them take the wheel. Let God take the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I should say Almighty. Let Almighty take the wheel. I don't want to say God because there's too many gods. But I'm gonna say Let Almighty take the wheel and guide you. You just make sure that you hitting that gas. And when I say hitting that gas, I mean pushing forward. Keep going. Lost the house, keep going. Don't worry about it. Bounce back. Get your new crib. Lost your car? Go ahead, stack your bread up. Get you a new one. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty about America. I love America, man. I love America. I grew up here. I was born here. You know, my feet touched the ground, and me and America got married. Yeah. We got married, and if I have to fight for my country, and we put our differences aside just to fight for our country, then you need to make sure that you instill that when you come home. That discipline. That's all the military was about, discipline. Knowing you got a game plan. But, all right, y'all. Like I said, if you like it, let me know. Hit me up. Subscribe on this video. Damn, that shit 36 minutes. But y'all seen how cheap America is going for. All right.